The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Woo More Play, baby. It's the all-natural sexual wellness brand that takes your sex life to the next level. They truly have you covered from start to finish, wink, wink. They've got the coconut love oil, game changer, freshies, game changer, and now the quickies, so you can take your better sex life on the go, even if that's just to the living room, okay? I use their freshies before sex and after sex and on my groceries and on my hands and on my car, everything. On Leo's armpits. They're made with coconut water and they smell fucking incredible, so you feel confident, especially after a quickie in between Zoom meetings, you wild, nasty gal. These days, I'm keeping them in my car. I mean, antibacterial. Does it get hotter? It doesn't. For the best sex ever, you have to try the coconut love oil. It's made with organic coconut oil. And I mean, you can use it for literally everything. Massages, happy time, it's edible if you're making a chicken stir fry, whatever. Plus, the coconut oil now comes in single serve packets in the form of quickies. So pre-portioned packs, you can take them wherever. Head over to woomoreplay.com/discount/Bible for 20% off your order of Woo, or use code Bible at checkout for 20% off woomoreplay.com to start spicing it up today. That's 20% off with code Bible. Trust me, you'll keep coming back for more. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Bitch Bible podcast. It's your girl, Jay Shimmy Shims, slobbering and bleeding all over the microphone. I just went to the dentist for the first time in 64 years. We're going to cover that because it was like a root canal and a divorce, a combo platter, if you will. I am so numbed to the gods that my motor skills are at a 2 out of a 10. Before we start this podcast, I just like to use this platform appropriately. Instagram feels somewhat hollow to me, and typically when something terrible happens in the world, it's not my platform, or it's not my conduit for support and change and my opinion. You know, when you're hawking products and you're making out with your dog and you're showing your shitty outfits and your stupid fucking pesto recipe, reposting a regurgitative photo doesn't feel supportive to me. What happened in Atlanta last week is fucking disgusting. The way that it is being presented and packaged in a bullshit press conference is fucking disgusting. This was an act of terror. It wasn't a white dude having a bad day and trying to eliminate the temptation for to cure his sexual addiction. Disgusting. The fact that I never knew, and most people have no idea, that there was a Cambodian Holocaust not that long ago where millions of Cambodians were exterminated. The only reason I know that is because one of my best friends is Cambodian, and her mother, who is like I'm obsessed with, I want to crawl inside of and have her fucking birth me, escaped by fucking foot. And it's not in any American history book. It's fucking wild. I will not stand for it. And inform yourself, do what you can to support the Asian communities, because it's fucked up. It's real fucked up. And also don't do the thing where you become the main character in other people's oppression. That's another thing that we got to stop fucking doing. It is easy by default as a white privileged person to align yourself with the marginalized in an attempt to support them, but it actually, I don't know, something about it feels a little ick 2.0. You know what I mean? You never want to be the person that's like, my best friend's Asian. Okay, cool, but you're not, so you're inherently never going to understand as much as that person does. So make it about them, not about you. It's a layer of tone deaf that is only brought on by extreme, almost debilitating self-awareness, and that is my journey. Anyways, let's talk about the time Andrew and I almost got divorced this morning. Andrew is a hypochondriac. She's built for disaster. She loves any type of earthquake, tsunami, natural disaster, medical trauma, Everything is a worst case scenario. And it's honestly great because I'm the opposite way. My leg could be hanging off by a thread and I'd be like, you know what? I feel like a couple cocktails and a warm bath and maybe the skin will start to morph back together. I haven't been to any doctor in upwards of a decade. I don't even have a general practitioner. The last doctor visit I had was on like a tickle me Elmo bench. Okay, Dr. Berkman. I think he's fucking dead. I can't even fit up. Like, it's like, he's like, you want a lollipop? I was like 17 years old. It's been that fucking long. You know, when you have like full breasts and they're like cupping your boobs, it's too late. When you're old enough and hormonal enough and like puberty has really blossomed to the point where you kind of start thinking that your doctor that has known you since you were out of the womb is hot, it's time to wrap it up and find a real, an adult doctor. Anyways, so Andrew is constantly worried because he knows that I'm a little lackadaisical with all things medical. And it's not great, and I'm not bragging, but it's just kind of in my genealogy. My Grandma Gloria is someone that thinks that drawing the shades, having a glass of Cabernet, and taking a scalding hot bubble bath would literally cure, stage 18 cancer. Put on a movie, draw the shades, put on a pair of pajamas, take a hot bubble bath, pour yourself a glass of wine, draw the shades, make it dark, and you'll be feeling so much better in no time. It's like, Grandma, I have a fucking paring knife shoved up my asshole. Take a hot bath. So a couple nights ago, Andrew and I are having a romantic dinner in Malibu, candlelit cocktails, a gorgeous truffle pizza, just a beautiful, beautiful date night. And we get home and he goes to draw me my bath. I really am. Jesus. Apple didn't fall far from the delusional fucking tree. This is my truth, and I've said it before. Every night at 9:30, Andrew runs me a bath and brings me one little sliver, a pre-calculated shard of the dark chocolate intense orange Lindt bar. If you want to blow your balls off, okay? It's a Lindt chocolate bar. It's intense orange. I don't know why, I don't know where, I don't know when or how I've lived without it. It is the best nightcap. I have just a little tiny square every night before bed as the grand fucking finale of a glorious or sometimes real shitty day. And it makes everything right in the world, okay? So he brings me my chocolate and then he perches down on the sofa next to me and puts his fucking hand on my thigh. And I was like, oh no, what's going on? He goes, Jackie, I have to tell you something, and you're not going to be happy. And my throat closed up and my heart fell out of my asshole. Let's take a second to talk about Ritual Vitamins. Ritual's clean, vegan-friendly multivitamin is formulated with high-quality nutrients in bioavailable forms your body can actually use. What you're not going to find? Sugars, GMOs, major allergens, synthetic fillers, and artificial colorants. Plus, the fresh taste and delayed-release capsule design makes taking your vitamins easy. This is how I originally found Ritual Vitamins because I have a very sensitive stomach, and, you forget to take it with food, or it becomes too much work. Ritual Vitamins makes it so easy. You put it right by your bedside. You wake up first thing in the morning, pop it, you're good to go. You can shove yourself full of kale, but you're still not going to get all the nutrients you need. I always say it, it's the greatest hits of a multivitamin. It's everything you need and nothing you don't. A multivitamin should contain key nutrients in forms that your body can actually use so it can help fill the gaps in your diet. Plus, you know exactly what you're taking. It's full traceability. Plus, they're now available for women, men, and teens. Ritual multivitamins are scientifically developed to help support all different life stages. Get key nutrients without the BS. Ritual is offering my listeners 10% off during your first 3 months. Visit ritual.com/Bible to start your ritual today. So we're back to the scene of the almost crime. Andrew perched lovingly, lint chocolate in hand, stroking my upper thigh, which, by the way, I didn't watch one episode of The Bachelor this season. I've been off The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. Haven't watched it in years. It's just, I'm over it. You've seen them one, you've seen them all. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that I saw was the very Huff, Scissor Sister adjacent Matt stroking his mother's upper thigh. People who share a bloodline, relatives, there is a certain level of the thigh that should never be touched by a relative unless it's an accident. And a stroke, I kind of think that family strokes should just never happen. Even a back rub feels weird. An arm rub feels weird. A pat is fine. A stroke is a little incesty for me. Now, obviously, my cousin likes to send Andrew nudes of her fake tits and also showed up the morning after our wedding in a literal see-through negligee and got in bed with Andrew and I. But that's just, different strokes for different folks. It's family. It's fine. I happen to think that's funny. However, something about the leg stroke with nope, nope. And it was getting closer and closer. And I'm like, oh my God, her vagina, especially because she's older, her vagina is probably mid-thigh by now. So could you not? So Andrew's stroking my thigh and he says, as previously stated, I have to tell you something and you're not going to be happy. My mind is built for trauma, okay? I protect myself. I might be a little guarded, okay? So I immediately go on the defense. My life mantra is that a good offense is a good defense, but I kind of do both. I'm playing defense and offense. Listen, when I was in the 4th grade, I was kicked out of the youth basketball league because I just took the ball from whoever and shot in whatever basket I fucking could. Literally, my trophy says Jackie Rodham Schimmel. Rodman, not Hillary, Dennis. Sorry. One and the same. Jackie Rodman Schimmel. I don't really know what that reference was. My dad was the assistant coach, never let me play. Was so happy when I got disqualified for excess fouls. I literally broke a girl's nose on my own fucking team, stealing the ball from her and shooting in our basket for the other team. That's what we're dealing with over here. So I'm on fucking guard, okay? Jackie Rodman Schimmel. She's still here. She's still in my goddamn soul. So I start losing my mind. I'm like, what's going on? What's happening? I automatically draw the worst conclusion, which is so bizarre because literally Andrew's never done anything to even remotely deserve that downward spiral. You know what I'm saying? He looks at me and he says, I made you a dentist appointment for tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. And I wanted to take that lint chocolate and choke him with it. He lets out this dramatic exhale like he was just fucking drafted to go fight in Vietnam. And I'm like, excuse me? He's like, well, I was reading this article and we haven't been to the dentist. I don't even know if you have a dentist. And, plaque buildup can get in your cardiovascular and lead to very serious heart conditions. And, it's becoming a lot more common and deadly, and people at a young age, specifically women in their early 30s. I was reading up on some statistics and, given that it's been a while, I thought that it would be best for us to go together tomorrow morning at 8:30. I checked your schedule and I saw that you weren't doing Pilates, so I figured we would go, and I did the research. The doctor she seems really, really nice. She's got great reviews on, medical professional, Yelp.com, and she was recently recertified, so we don't have to worry about that. And I was like, this motherfucker. So the next morning, bright and early, if you don't get that, listen to last week's episode. That fucking sound night owl starts going off, and Andrew and I go tandem to the fucking dentist. And I was kind of freaking out. I'm not going to lie. I have a little PTSD in the orthodontia department. Maybe it was the adhesive headgear. Maybe it was the 5 years of braces. Maybe it was the fucking metal bar I had on the top of my fucking mouth. You try giving a beach with a metal fucking bridge to Terabitha on your fucking palate. They used to call me Jackie Rodman Schimmel and also Jackie Double-Decker Pecker Wrecker Schimmel. You're welcome. Double-Decker Pecker Wrecker. And thank God Jewish girls don't give fucking blowjobs because the dentist can tell because you have a bruised palate. The more you know, cue the fucking rainbow. So we wake up the next morning and we lovingly gallivant to the fucking dentist together. And all the while, Andrew was giving me his tips and his tricks. The fluoride king, the flosser of the Western Hemisphere. You know, it's really important. Fluoride plaque buildup and this, that, the other thing, and any other bullshit tidbit that he found on a fucking, article somewhere, somehow that he's been compiling for his moment of authority to just provide wisdom and insight on dental hygiene for me. And I'm like, fuck you, dude. So we get to the dentist and we're tandem, okay? I go first and I get glowing reviews. I have not been to the dentist I don't even know when the last time I was at the fucking dentist, okay? It's been probably longer than I would ever publicly admit, okay? And she's telling me, your gum line is gorgeous. You have 0 cavities. Everything looks perfect. You have such strong dental roots. I can't believe this. You have no plaque buildup. I can't believe you haven't been for a cleaning in this many years, blah, blah, blah. I don't believe you. This is miraculous. Go home and hug your parents for those genetics. I walk out of there feeling like Jackie Crest, the heir to the Crest family fortune. I waltz out of there with a lollipop, a gold fucking sticker on my head, my little x-ray chart, see you in 6 months for your next cleaning, yada, yada, yada. Andrew goes in, is immediately transported to a different floor to go see an oral surgeon because he needs a fucking root canal and some type of fucking dental surgery to remove like a dead crown, or I don't even fucking know. He was there for hours. And I gotta tell you, while I'm not looking forward to spoon feeding him applesauce in recovery, I was slipping and sliding. And if that makes me a terrible person and a terrible wife, I'm gonna take it up the ass, okay? Because it's like you can't write this shit. Let's take a second to talk about Third Love bras designed for your perfect fit. Third Love uses the measurements of millions of women to design bras with all-day comfort and support. There are more than 80 sizes, so every Third Love bra is made with signature memory foam cups, no-slip straps, and a scratch-free band. They have cup sizes AA to I, including their signature half-cup sizes and bands 30 to 48. I absolutely love these bras. They are the only bras that you are not dying to take off at the end of the day, and you are talking to someone with tits the size of Mars. They also have a new line, Lounge by Third Love. It's designed in luxe, easy-to-wear mix-and-match styles, your unofficial uniform for anything you feel like doing, from the couch to weekend outings. It's loungewear that's made to wear everywhere. It's perfect for work from home, a jaunt to the farmer's market, social distancing. It's got premium cotton fabrics available in drapey easy fit knits, 100% cotton French terry and woven styles, sizes extra small to 3X, and all the quality and amazing fit that you would expect from anything by Third Love. Third Love knows your one true fit is out there. So right now they're offering my listeners 20% off your first order. Go to thirdlove.com/Bible to find your perfect fitting bra and get 20% off your first purchase. That's thirdlove.com/Bible for 20% off today. I'm sorry if my voice seems a little hoarse. Speaking of hoarse, I played basketball last night. I don't know if you know this about me, but I was kicked out of my youth basketball association in 4th grade because I had too many fouls. I would steal the ball from anyone and anything, and I would shoot in any fucking basket. And I was terrible. And my dad was the coach, and he wouldn't let me play. You know, like that whole stereotype of like the coach's daughter being like front and center. No, I was like at the very end of the fucking bench. I did some weird shit. I had this one maneuver where I would do like jazz hands in people's eyeballs to try to distract them. And then I would take the basketball and then I would shove it under my jersey like a pregnant woman, like Amrata, and then run. Like I didn't understand traveling. I didn't understand sportsmanship. I just wanted the ball and I just would throw it and it would just fucking airball. I broke someone's nose on my own team. This is why I don't do organized sports. I get way too competitive. Like something takes, like demons take over my body and it's terrible. So I was playing horse last night and I was just screaming. And every time someone would miss the ball, I go, "You suck!" Like something happens. Also, Andrew and I are in a fictitious fight, so I've been singing all morning. He wrote this song that is one of my favorite songs, and it's like from 4 years ago. And our whole joke during quarantine has been that I would like to release this song because it's something that you really got to have pipes to sing. So he had a session with Ellie Goulding, who obviously, me and her, I feel like we have similar range, and it just kind of felt like a slap in the face to me, because it was just so dismissive of my raw vocal talent and on the brink of the Grammy snub. I think I'm obviously in an insecure place. I'm feeling a little wounded. I'm feeling a little defeated. And the fact that he wouldn't hold the song for me and let me release it as my lover's ballad is upsetting. So I've been singing it at the top of my lungs just to remind him what could have been. And that's my truth. And I think that I think I busted my larynx because it's like something happened. Celine Dion has these problems and so does Jackie Schimmel. When you have a vocal styling that just, it transcends, that's what happens. I read this morning that today is the 15-year anniversary of The Real Housewives. And I wanted to pay homage because when I think about going through a rough time or just like needing to take a load off or to stare into the abyss of a television screen and drool, I think about The Real Housewives. Nothing has brought me more joy in my life. And I want to clarify, this is not a Bravo podcast. At the beginning, a little bit, because I was produced by NBC Row, who did Watch What Happens Live, and there was like a natural a Venn diagram. There was an overlap. It made sense that we've moved on, but like I still must pay homage because I love all of them so much. And I was thinking about taglines and underrated and overrated taglines. I want to tell you my least favorite tagline of all time. Lydia McLaughlin. Bless her. I'm not going to get into it because I can't. I don't have the bandwidth this morning. Lydia was a problem for me from the fucking jump. I don't get any of it, quite frankly. I'm bamboozled. There's a magenta lip that just won't quit. The lemon drops, the woo, the zany, quirky. It's too much. It's too much for me. And I think it was her last tagline. It really was her swan song. That was, if you can't handle my sparkle, stay off my rainbow. I've talked about this before. If you want to stick your head in the oven, go watch her TikTok. And I say generalizations like that, but really it gives you a good little rush of adrenaline in the wrong ways. I like being a little bit angry. I think that it gets my wheels working and I have fun. It makes me laugh. It's hard to explain. I feel like if you listen to this podcast, maybe you understand what I'm saying, but it gets you rashy in the right way. That's the worst. One that I think is severely underrated that I quote so semi-regularly, and I realize that people don't get that it's a Real Housewife tagline, and I should probably explain. There should be a precursor before I say it. I'd like to pay homage to Lisa Wu Hartwell. Season 1, Real Housewives of Atlanta. If it doesn't make me money, I don't do it. I say this all the fucking time, and it never lands, and nobody ever gets it. And it makes me really just assess and kind of judge the people around me that they don't know the great Lisa Wu Hartwell. Closet freak, squeeze me with the purple pussy bow blouse and the props on the runway. Dwight was so right. Tack City. I really can't wait till the world goes back to normal. We get these vaccines in us. I love people who are like, they're chipping us. Microsoft, Bill Gates is chipping us with the vaccines. Chip me up, bitch. I don't give a fuck. People are very concerned about like people listening to us on their phones and covering the cameras and getting microchipped. Leo's microchipped. I don't care about being microchipped. If it means that I get to go to a matinee and have frozen Junior Mints and popcorn and get on a plane and go see the fucking world, chip my ass up. I don't care. I hope they're listening to me on the phone. You're fucking welcome. Turn up the volume, okay? Play it on loop. Use my promo code. Chip me up. The Russians are listening. Great. Hey, Russia, listen up. I'd like a crate of fucking beluga vodka. You know what Russia has? Lots and lots of vodka, okay? So chip me, spank me, send me, inject me, give it to me. Hard and nasty, Russia. I can't believe I'm saying this. I can't wait to go to a fucking music festival. You know what I used to do at the music festivals, which I just like, I forgot about these moments in time. Sometimes, listen, a girl gets bored and I would like to do a disappearing act, a Houdini, if you will, a Judini, really. Sometimes when Andrew would like get too entranced in the music and I felt like he wasn't paying attention to me, this is early days. I used to just dip and dive and like slowly get lost in the crowd and then watch him from a distance. Like if it was a particular band I wasn't that interested in, you know, a little rat-tat-tat or whatever, Alt-J, I don't know. I'm like, could we do a Janet Jackson Greatest Hits revival tour? Sign my ass up an NERD reunion? I don't know. Honestly, I don't want to see anything at the Sahara tent. I'm out for the Sahara tent. If you don't know what the Sahara tent is, it's like the And like, I don't do recreational drugs and everyone else is on Molly. And I'm just like, oh, my allergies are kicking in. So that's when Judini comes to town. So anytime I felt like I wasn't really the headliner in Andrew's personal Coachella experience, I would slowly just walk away, and then I would dip and I'd like to disappear and I'd like to count how long it would take him to realize that I was not standing next to him. So during the Kanye West show, this is probably like 2017. I was really enjoying it, by the way, like lost my mind, had the best time. But then, you know, we're going on like 25 minutes, 30 minutes. The sun is set. I can already feel the impending sense of doom as we like have to saunter back home in the crowds of people, very not COVID compliant. Can't even imagine doing that now. And she starts getting a little reckless. She's done drinking the vodka out of the plastic cup. It's 9 p.m. You know, my bedtime is 9:30. The window is closing. Cindercella needs to go home. And during Jesus Walks, Jackie ran. You know, Jesus can walk. Jackie Schimmel can fucking sprint. And I just started dipping through the crowd. And I'm holding gaze on Andrew. He listened to the entirety of Jesus Walks. It was just me and him. We had separated from our friends at this point. He was so locked and loaded on Kanye that I could have been fucking taken, okay? I could have been held captive in a porta potty. This motherfucker didn't give one shit. He is full yeezed up. I am watching Kanye so just completely unaware that his future bride and the mother of his children could have been just fully being raped and pillaged in the Sahara tent. I miss that, you know, Judini. I can't wait for her to come back. She's fun. It is 2021 and we don't need to be doing any unnecessary trips anywhere, especially the pharmacy, which is why I love Capsule so much. Capsule is a new kind of pharmacy that hand delivers your prescription the same day for free. Here's how Capsule works. It is so easy. So to start, you go to capsule.com. It only takes 15 seconds to sign up. When your prescription is ready, Capsule will text you to schedule free delivery at a time you choose. Then a Capsule courier hand delivers your medication to your door straight from the pharmacy in a tamper-proof package. It's totally secure. If you have any questions, you can call, text, or email with an expert pharmacist. It is that simple. No more waiting in line, risking corona, no more driving to the pharmacy, no more forgetting refills. Best of all, even though it's a way better experience, Capsule doesn't cost any more than your old pharmacy. I don't even understand how they do it, but it's genius. It is a win, win, win. I don't know why, I don't know how, but I just say thank you, Capsule. There's over 6,000 5-star reviews. Everyone loves this service because it's just the most convenient thing in the whole damn world, okay? Capsule accepts all major insurance and is currently available in New York City and the surrounding tri-state area, Los Angeles, Austin, Boston, Chicago, and the Twin Cities, and other cities are coming soon. So to sign up, visit capsule.com to get your prescription hand delivered today for free. That's capsule.com. Genius. I'm going to talk about Emrata now. Oh, I wasn't going to do it, but I'm going to do it. And now we've said it. Emrata had her baby, and I'm very happy for her family. That's very exciting. Obviously, it is a gift. It is a blessing. It's a beautiful thing to start a family. On that tip, her and her husband, who, had some problematic behavior that they, I guess, acknowledged and miraculously moved past pretty easily. And that's no shade. Listen, I don't believe in cancel culture. I do think that there's extreme, to have like a real societal shift, canceling someone doesn't give, it almost makes it too easy. It's like you have to allow people to show that they've changed. And, zooming in and zooming out are very two different lenses to look through. And I think when you cancel someone, it's just like, and you're done. It's a scene, close the curtains, fin. But like, how powerful would it be to actually watch and see somebody really change? And then if they don't, fuck them. But at least a window of like true reflection, and then see what we can do from there. Because I feel like that's the most, beneficial and like authentic and true way of like really reprogramming the way that our society works. That's just me. Anyways, some people get a pass, some people do not get a pass. I feel like men in general, it's very funny how men in cancel culture weather the storms versus women. And I don't know what the psychology is behind that. And one day I will explore it. But today I'd rather talk about Emrata and her DACA. So Emrata gave birth 11 days ago. She also has been very public about how she's not assigning her child a gender until they're 18 and they can decide for themselves. Listen, I'm not just peripherally exposed to this. Me and Andrew have a very close friend, born a dude at age about 32, came out as a woman, is now transitioning. And it's been awesome to be a part of it and learn about it, because I constantly fuck up the pronouns, the adjectives, the terminology. I'm going to continue fucking up. And luckily she has given all of us in our friend group so much grace when we do fuck up, and it's been like really eye-opening. And I'm happy that I have that experience firsthand. So I get it. Okay. What I don't get, this episode is sponsored by DACA. She had a baby, her baby, I think she's referring to the baby as 10 days ago, and posts a photo of her perfectly coiffed 6-pack abs, shirt undone, tits to the sky, posing in front of a mirror seductively, as Emrata does, aka our generation's Gloria Steinem, and says, excuse the DACA, or like, don't mind the DACA. The DACA is, if you're looking at a portrait, okay, and there's just a tiny little pixel in the background, the DACA you can't even fucking see. I mean, it's like, Where's Waldo? We're the DACA. It's like, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. Yeah. Cue Dionne Warwick. Is it Dionne? It's not Dionne Warwick. Dion Ferris, I know what you're doing, and Rada, I know what you're doing, yeah, and I don't think it's fair. Wow, the vocals. I mean, Ellie Goulding is shaking. So she posts this obviously, objectively hot, flattering, sexy pic of her body, okay? She's wearing pajamas. It's from her pajama line. The shirt's undone. We're getting full side boob, full abs, pelvic bones, obliques, all of the things. And then she writes something. I love a diffusive, aside, mind the Dockatot. Nobody sees the Dockatot. The Dockatot is completely, you can't even see it. You might see I don't even know what a Dockatot is. You see the most minuscule shrivel of the Dockatot so far in the background. And it's once again reminding us, yes, we know you just gave birth 10 days ago and the Dockatot is there and your body looks like this. And that's great. Both things can exist in the space, in the digital space. I'm down for a thirst trap. I have one waiting in the wings that I'm going to post probably around Wednesday. So look out for it. I had wild diarrhea this weekend. Wild, okay? I woke up, Andrew's like, how good does McDonald's sound? I said, Andrew, this is why we're married, okay? I haven't had McDonald's in 9 years, and I would literally kick a small child to the ground for just the smallest nibble of a hash brown. The smallest nibble. Yes, Postmates it, bitch. So we got the hash browns, we got the fucking pancakes, we got the McGriddle, we got the Egg McMuffin. But because I am not entirely, I'm only 68% tone deaf, I only showed myself eating the Egg McMuffin. Hot tip, you get it with no butter, it's not that bad for you. You say Egg McMuffin, 1 slice of cheese, no butter. It's practically healthy. So I woofed. I was so excited. I was like, I'm just going to have 1 bite of the hash brown. I inhaled. I didn't even take, I was like, I'm going to have 1 bite. The problem was that my 1 bite was shoving the entire hash brown down my throat. Life is about balance, okay? Did I do a 40-minute Peloton after? Of course I did. Did I also have wild anal leakage all day long? Of course I did. Of course I did. It was perfect. It was the cherry on the sundae. I was like, this couldn't be better. I got to inhale a McDonald's breakfast and have crippling diarrhea. And I had to basically seatbelt myself on the toilet because it was that level. And it was fantastic. I was concave by 4 p.m. And Andrew and I were going out to dinner and I came out in an outfit that was, you can only pull an outfit like this off if you've had crippling diarrhea. In my state, I wore this is going to be unlikable, but I'm going to lean the fuck in, because I am an independent woman doing it for myself with crippling diarrhea. So you should feel sorry for me. I have a Versace high-waisted legging that leaves nothing to the imagination and a coordinating crop top sports bra that I put underneath a patent leather blazer with a crossbody and put on a fucking strappy sandal and hit up a suburban farm-to-table restaurant with my tits out. And I said to Andrew, you're going to take a picture of me. And I know we're only allowed 2 a year, but I need to cash in early and we have to get this right now. Naturally, he took 1 picture. It's all I had to work with. It's fucking great. And it's coming at you hot and nasty. I love a thirst trap. I've really leaned into them lately. It makes me feel good about myself. When you're having a rough day, it's not great. And there's a psychology behind it. And I could easily unplug, but we all do it. Everybody does it. It's all good. As long as we know what the psychology is behind it and we don't act like we're above it. We're all on the same wavelength here, okay? Get crippling diarrhea and hit him with it hot and nasty, okay? Emrata, you had a baby 10 days ago. Do we think that maybe, just maybe, given your long-term history of emulating Gloria Steinem and being such a voice for feminism and positive body image and the one that really killed me was a couple years ago. She did a birthday tribute to a friend, and all bodies are beautiful. But you know the bitch that posts the picture where you look objectively snatched, perfect, glowing, hair done, contour, eyelash extensions, and then your friend looks like they wandered out of a swamp, and then you're paying homage to their day of birth by just putting yourself front and center. It's an interesting one. It's an interesting one, and she's done that, and it's noted. And just all the, my baby will reveal their own gender, but then you got a blue nursery and you come out and it's a he, and then you're saying it's a he. Which one is it? We just have to pick a lane, and you can write all the essays, write them all. But maybe we just go back to hooked on phonics, back to basics, and think, it's been a really difficult year for a lot of people, women in particular, women who have to work a full-time job, stay home, all of the things, get our bodies back, trying to feel sexy again after this pandemic, and can't even imagine giving birth and then what that looks like and just being home. And maybe we don't show off the pelvic bones and the perfect perky tits 10 days after giving birth, and then try to decoy it with a DockATot product placement. Maybe we just don't, and it's okay to voice that. And if Emrata is cool and gets it, then she could maybe understand why people would be a little bit miffed by it. And we don't have to over-intellectualize this. It doesn't have to be that deep. It doesn't have to be a social issue. We don't have to get our shovels out and just really start scraping here. Maybe just on a simplistic level, it could be irritating for women to have that thrown at them fresh when you have a baby out of the birth canal. Maybe that's just a little bit annoying. And it's okay to say that. And it doesn't make you